Hey everyone, it's Welonz and welcome to Rue Valley, a isometric story-driven RPG about a man trapped inside a time loop. This is a story where we'll be meeting various characters with their own complex stories and all hiding their own secrets. So I guess it's a story about your relationships with people, including maybe yourself. Big thank you to Owlcat Games for sponsoring this first look. We're going to be checking out the alpha build that you can also access and play for yourself on Steam if you're interested. So it's still an alpha, pretty early along in development right now. A lot of things might still be up in the air. Define character personality. Oh, okay. Interesting. Impulsive, resolute, calculated. So if we're... how do I want to do this? Do I want to do it according to what I feel like I'm kind of like? Sure. Impulsive or calculated? I would say probably I'm leaning more towards calculated. But there's like different kinds of calculated. You can be paranoid or indecisive. I would say I'm paranoid, probably. Yes, you're somewhat calculated, but what's wrong with finding patterns and recognizing connections? Yeah. And you can keep pumping this up if you want to, with the amount of points you have at the bottom. Oh, I see. So you have 3 different main stats here, but you get a shared pool of points and then you can switch it to whatever direction you want it to. Okay. Introverted, ambiverted, or extroverted? Extroverted is arrogant or nosy. Introverted is awkward and secretive. I would say I'm pretty socially stunted, maybe a little bit here. As a somewhat introverted person, you can endure being in the company of others, but you can't perfectly hide how you really feel about it. I'm not that bad, I think. Yeah, you're fine with socializing most of the time, but communication does leave you exhausted sometimes. Yeah, okay. Interesting though, because the further down we go, we can either be secretive, but this doesn't change the text here. Not sure what the difference really is, but I'll go a little bit awkward for now. Sensitive, mindful, or indifferent. You're aware of emotions and don't pretend they're not important, but you won't let them overwhelm you. Probably more on the sensitive side. I'm definitely not indifferent. I feel things. Whether I say it, whether I say anything about it would depend on how calculated I am. We don't have to use all these points, I guess. Oh no, we do. Assign all personality points to proceed. Okay, dramatic or guilt-ridden. Being a quite sensitive person, you see life as a struggle, especially when they tell you to just chill. Yeah, I'm not very chill, I think. Oh god, as a highly sensitive person, you recognize life is constant suffering. Okay, put a little bit more on here, maybe a little bit more on indecisive. They let you stay in the middle for some of this, but because you have to do all your points, it means that, like, if you stay in the middle for one of it, then some other one has to be pumped up really, really high. Okay, I guess I'll be dramatic and guilt-ridden. If I told you you're hypersensitive, you'd surely burst into tears, and for a good reason. It's the most horrible curse, and there's no one to blame for it but yourself. Alright. Awkward, not social, and sensitive. Great combination. 8 p.m.
The frenetic sound coming from a century-old clock nudges you back to the present. The stale air perfects the image of the old motel room.
There's people here. Oh. Me? Total lack of motivation. It's not that you don't want to do all sorts of things, it's more like you lack the capacity to even initiate most of them. What is left of you is a creature driven by its basic needs and quirks. Limited interactions, oh my gosh, okay.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Therapist? The doctor takes off his glasses, freeing his bushy eyebrows. I'm terribly sorry. My mind wandered off. Could you repeat that, please?
No worries, Mr. Harrow. I'm aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now.
Just a bit.
Slight lack of motivation. More like total lack of motivation. You'd rather stay in bed all day instead of attending this joke of a therapy in the middle of nowhere.
And we'll surely be coming back to this condition of yours later during our sessions. But for now, I just want you to acknowledge its existence and try to stay aware of it at all times if possible.
Fair enough.
The silence befalls the room. A muffled sound of clanging from the outside only making the moment more uncomfortable.
Is this my home? No, it should be like the therapist's office or something, right? But it kind of looks like a motel. I can't lie because I'm dramatic. I have to let people know that I'm feeling horrible. I'll try. It's a lie.
That's good to hear. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session length to exactly 1 hour, hence the alarm. However, since this is your first session, I'll allow a few questions, if there's anything.
Well, if I'm really this unmotivated, did someone make me go to therapy? Maybe I don't even want to be here. I don't want to drag it on. No. Is another session really necessary? I was hoping this would be a one-time thing.
Mr. Harrow, your case is not to be overlooked. We need to assess the situation carefully.
Your case. Not so long ago, nobody cared about what you do. Yet now, suddenly, your business is everyone's business.
This first session is more for you to get acquainted with me and my methods. We have a long road ahead of us. Any other questions?
Can't you simply state that I'm fine so we can both move on with our lives?
Mr. Harrow, that is out of the question. This is a court-ordered therapy, and both of us could be fined or worse if we don't see it through.
Court-ordered therapy? What's wrong? Why do people care about me so much?
And I have my own professional reasons, besides the legal ones. You require help, and I've been designated to provide it. I've never let a client down, and I'm not about to do it now. Anything else?
Why do we have to do this here, in the middle of nowhere?
It may be hard to understand the need for isolation at first, but my methods require complete divergence from the client's regular way of life, as well as temporary distancing from their social groups and circles.
This sounds expensive.
This place is ideal in that regard. However, it's understandable that you need a period of adaptation to both this idea and to your new surroundings. That's also why I haven't asked you to hand over your phone yet. But please don't be alarmed. We'll talk about all of it in due time. All right then. That's it for today.
Through the door, you hear that sound again.
You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Oh, we live here for now? Okay. We get up and leave.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
Next to you is the source of the clangs you heard from inside. A young woman beating up an old vending machine. It is a motel, isn't it? This is like... yeah, it's straight outside.
Spit it out already!
Do we talk to the obviously angry lady as a sensitive boy?
Come on, you thief!
She's probably gonna yell at me. Blocked by total lack of motivation, I can't talk to her. Could she be here for therapy as well? Who knows? But unlike you, she definitely looks like she needs it. Oh, because I don't need it, right? Yeah. Nobody needs to be sent away from their home to this dump, regardless of their mental state. And yet, what is to be done with lunatics like her? Let them rage around freely, yelling and kicking vending machines wherever they go. Oh, there must be a better way to help a distressed person, being one I would know. Perhaps you could speak with her, see if you could help somehow? Or is that too much to ask right now? I'm sorry, I've got my own problems. I can't do that. I literally cannot do that.
I'll break you open if I have to.
We're in the middle of freaking nowhere.
Ugh.
Unmotivated, forced to go to therapy for unknown reasons. Can I search the garbage? Plastic bottles, some empty, others half empty. A partially eaten breakfast, some old clothes torn and faded, all covered in a mixture of grease and spoiled orange soda. Amid this murky pool, you catch a glimpse of your own face. Too paranoid to smudge the reflection. Stomp on your distorted image in the puddle. Hundreds of tiny ripples form in the puddle, but instead of obscuring your identity, even more details of your face emerge. Decades worth of new wrinkles appear, and the poignant expression of a man lost in time becomes even more apparent. The longer you look, the more you see it. The reflection of your inner self. I don't think we need to see that. I don't need to look at this. It's too much, okay? I only had enough room for one therapy session a day. Alright? I'm just trash. No need to contemplate it any further. That's right. And we're boxed in? We can't go... Can we leave? The sun still burns as bright, as if it was in its zenith, its heat absorbed by the asphalt. Setting off on foot would be as pointless as your dreams. You'll need a car to get anywhere. Stare at the road for a while. A feeling of longing and restlessness starts to well up inside you. You can't help but wonder what lies beyond the horizon, beyond the limits of this suffocating desert. But even if you weren't trapped here, you wouldn't go. You may long for the sense of adventure that comes with being on the road, but all you can do is stand and stare, and wish for what could have become of the young man that you once were, a long time ago. Obviously, they're bringing these feelings to a bit of an extreme, but I don't think these are really uncommon feelings among a lot of people, like being afraid that we're not really reaching our full potential. Rue Valley Motel. Free Wi-Fi, AC, phone, clean rooms, cable TV, vending machine. Vending machine? That needs to be a selling point? There's no cars here. It's just me and the angry lady.
I'll break you open if I have to.
Oh dear God. Can I go into some of these rooms? It's coiled like a sleeping serpent. Motel office? All the attention of the girl behind the counter is occupied by the ongoing phone call. Try to get her attention. Social check, like a dice roll? You come closer in order to make eye contact, and after a few moments she finally notices you, shrugs, and briefly gestures toward the phone, mouthing an apology. If I were this socially awkward, I feel like I would just walk away. I'm in a hurry, sorry.
Hey, listen. I have to go now, so let's... I know. We'll have to manage without it today. I know. Sorry. Bye. Hi. Sorry for the wait. Let's get you into your room. So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. Everything is prepared for you, and this is your keycard.
She raises her hand, holding a piece of blue and red plastic. Number 6, like 206? Thank you. You stretch your arm politely, hoping she'll hand you the card, but she's completely ignoring your gesture and is excitedly waving it around. Lady!
I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you? Well, we've decided to modernize for a number of reasons.
What's the time period of this? Not modern day. Patiently listen because I'm too polite to say otherwise.
Actually, one reason, to be perfectly honest. The guests just kept on losing their keys. It was exhausting. And my uncle didn't like the cost of replacing so many locks.
Oh, cause these key cards, you can change up the permissions pretty easily on the fly, I guess? It's my fault for looking like I'm interested in chatting. Well, being so slow and lethargic certainly adds to the impression of a person with a lot of time to waste. Listening to her story is unbearable, but it's your punishment. Oh, come on! While taking a breath between two sentences, she takes a look at your sad face, only to continue.
So yes, we've decided to use electronic keycards. Cost us a lot to implement. But now when a guest loses their key, we only need to replace a piece of programmable plastic.
Continue listening.
How great is that? It makes my life so much easier.
She takes a deep breath, planning to continue, but a notification sound from her phone interrupts her. She immediately grabs the phone, smiles, and starts typing a message, as if she suddenly forgot she was talking with you. Hand me the card, lady!
So, here's your key card. And I'll need your signature here.
Yeah, we have to read it because we're paranoid. They won't get you this way. And don't forget the small print. I would definitely read. I read everything I sign.
Oh, are you a lawyer, perhaps?
No, everyone should read everything they sign. I know people are gonna make you seem like some sort of an uptight person, but you should really read things you sign. No. You read the whole document and do your best to find a hidden loophole or suspicious wording they may try to use against you. But alas, you can't find anything. Just think about how they have a document to insure themselves, so you need to read it to insure yourself. If only you were a lawyer. Well, time to click the I agree button and prepare for the unknown consequences. Okay.
Thank you for your trust, sir. I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
I mean, I read it, but it's not like I'll throw a fit if there's anything that's off. That's too off. Yeah, sometimes there's typos and whatnot. That's pretty normal. A desk covered with boring stuff. Oh, no, that's good. We're good. Okay, thanks, man.
Spit it out already.
Oh dear, that lady is still on with the vending machine. I have a backpack with a phone and a key card. A simple key card with Rue Valley Motel and room 6 printed on it. Just 6, not 206. My phone. The phone bleeps to life with a lock screen that is obviously years old. If it wasn't a collection of pixels, it would be musty with age and neglect. Wait. It's a phone with a lock screen, so it's a pretty modern phone, isn't it? And yet they just started using key cards? Maybe we're like really out in the middle of nowhere. It was already late afternoon when you saw this sign for the first time, as the bus door opened and a wave of desert heat hit you in the face. All the other passengers of the most empty bus remained seated, each lost in their own world. None of them paid any attention to you as you gathered your belongings and prepared to leave the bus. There was a young person with bright pink hair. They were scrolling through their phone with a bored expression, seemingly completely disinterested in their surroundings, as if they lacked any real connection to the outside world. Hey, it sounds like me! I remember an older woman. Sitting in the back of the bus, her nose was buried in a book during the whole trip. Her wrinkled face was contorted in a look of intense concentration, as if she were trying to solve some complex puzzle. So I specifically came here for this. The burly man with a thick beard left an impression for sure. He was leaning against the window, staring out the desolate landscape, with a faraway look in his eyes. He seemed lost in thought, as if trying to make sense of something that had happened to him a long time ago. Anyway, I don't want to think about these people. And why would you? Even as you were disembarking from the bus, they meant nothing to you. But outside, next to the bus sign, Dr. Fink's smiling eyes were watching you, his brow dripping with sweat in the intense desert heat. He was already analyzing me, trying to think of anything he could use to keep me here as long as possible. Oh, so it's in his interest to keep me here. Welcome to Rue Valley, he proclaimed, like some poorly written NPC from an outdated video game. I'm Dr. Fink, your therapist for the duration of your stay here. It all happened less than 2 hours ago, yet it feels like an eternity had passed since. No bus until tomorrow, so we can't even leave. Yes, the sun still burns bright, as if it was in zenith. We won't get far without a car. Fine, fine. The combination that we've chosen here, calculating plus a little introverted plus sensitive, is like killer combo for talking to nobody. Oh my god, this guy walks... Did you see that how he walks the stairs? What the heck was that? He looked like he was scaling a mountain. Maybe it's a metaphor for how he feels about day-to-day life, you know? The paint is peeling from the wood of the door, but number 6 is new, shiny, and chrome. Unlock it. Tiny green dot. The door is unlocked. My room. Can't even feel like I'm at home. I'm in some random place. This armchair looks exactly like the one in Dr. Fink's room. It's a motel. You got your luggage here? Hundreds of strangers have slept in this bed, leaving behind flakes of dead skin. That's like on a good day. Still, you can't wait to jump into the sheets and contribute to the collection. Unfortunately, between you and the object of your desire, on the folded sheets lies a dusty suitcase. Your suitcase. The smallest one you own. I can't deal with it right now. I can't even open it. Yeah, it's such a chore. But the more you prolong it, the worse it'll get. If you don't unpack now, it'll feel ever harder and more pointless to do it later. Step by step, a simple act of unpacking will become an insurmountable burden, and even thinking about it will make you feel weak and powerless. Do you really want to crawl back into that deep black pit? Okay, I'll open it. You probably shouldn't put it on the bed, the wheels are dirty. There's not much in the suitcase: spare clothes, phone charger, toothbrush, and a couple of other items. You really weren't planning on staying here long. Well, you better see if they have laundry's facilities. Sessions, Dr. Fink said. Days or weeks. Months even? Unpack. Successfully unpack. I feel like I have depression. It reads like depression, doesn't it? You plug in your phone charger above the bedside cabinet, put your spare clothes in the closet, your slippers next to your bed, and your toothbrush in a cup under the bathroom mirror. And now that that's dealt with, the motel room is officially your home. More like a prison! Secretly dramatic, but very sensitive. Well, now you could describe it that way too. Do we want to sleep already? Check out the bathroom. It's okay, it could be worse. It's fairly cleanish, I guess. There are so many dark patches that this can barely be called a mirror. A small cup holds your implements of oral hygiene. Try our best to do some small things daily, like brush my teeth. You grab the toothbrush from the cup. Do you put toothpaste first, or do you wet the toothbrush? I wet my toothbrush. And if you don't, well, don't talk to me. As soon as you turn on the tap, a horrible smell fills your nostril. It's like there's a plumbing issue in hell, and all that blocked sewage is feeding directly into this faucet. Ew! The water is a robust shade of jet black mixed with chunks of silt. Oh, great. Never mind. Okay. The tap lets out a sad squeal. Look at myself. The mirror's splotches make interesting patterns on your face. They conceal a dark circle here, a mole there, a patch of wrinkles. A mole? Could it be skin cancer? The good old mole under your left eye. It's been with you as long as you can remember, yet still. Has it grown in size a little? Changed its colors, perhaps? Oh god, it has, probably. Perhaps you're imagining it, or maybe it's too late to worry about it and you'll die in a matter of days. Oh god, no! That's just too bad. A stranger who looks exactly like you is looking you straight in the eye. Well, it's not like there's entertainment around here. I guess we're going to sleep. Crawl into bed. The bed reeks of dust and age. What the? What the hell was that? Take off your shoes, my guy! As soon as your head touches the rough pillow, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you both physically and mentally. You are desperate to get some sleep, yet after weeks of wakeful nights, you know it won't come that easy. No, mess with my phone. I would definitely mess with my phone. We can scroll through my feed and get upset at how other people, like my high school classmates, are living better lives than me, and see if that makes me drowsy. You start scrolling, but every post looks like you've already seen it before. Same old, same old. That's the time to get off social media. But you don't have a moment to celebrate before your ears are pierced by a ringtone that you swore you would change years ago. It's nighttime now. Who's calling? Unknown number. Answer it.
Hello, sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
Who wants to know?
My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at
Bye.
Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy?
Well, Mr. Harrow, please don't let the name fool you. We are the most respectable yet cutting-edge agency, which means we work on the edge of, but still inside, the established legal framework. In fact, we are the leader in our field.
Your field of what?
Now, if my information is correct, you have recently been unjustly forced to participate in a treatment which, in our opinion, may have consequences not aligned with your best interests.
Thank you, but I'm not interested in your services at the moment.
Of course. I'll assume you have nothing against if I call again later just to make sure you haven't changed your mind. I'll write that down here.
I mean, it sounded kind of interesting, but also I am very paranoid about how you know my information, and now you're selling me random crap.
Eugene, Mr. Harrow, it was a pleasure. Talk to you soon. Tschüss.
And you know my name, my full name, Eugene Harrow. Before you have a chance to say anything, the phone line's already dead. But at least now, you know you're not the only one who realizes the absurdity of this mandated psychotherapy. Just close your eyes. Time to go to sleep. Shoes on the bed, not under the covers. Oh. What is this? Vending machine vandal. Oh, I'm just thinking about stuff. The image of the young woman flashes before your mind's eye. She's punching and kicking the old vending machine. Could she be here for therapy as well? Ignore her. It is what it is. You have nothing to say, nothing to do. Just the bare minimum. Just thinking about things I did throughout the day. Hypothesis? From the blur of half-formed memories and impressions, an image of the receptionist emerges. You desperately try to catch her attention, but she's completely engrossed in the ongoing phone call. I'm in a hurry, sorry. You play their games, you do it their way. You are polite. But this is just a facade to hide what you really feel about them. Yes, yes! You're a fake. Well, there's ups and downs to being both. If you're, as they say, unapologetically truthful, you won't be well liked either. People put on fronts to fit into society for purposes of social decorum, so on and so forth. Unexpected call.
My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
I didn't say this option earlier, I don't think. My case? Oh, come on. You know what he's talking about. I don't. I want to know more, but if I were introverted, sensitive, calculated, I wouldn't say more. Bit of a struggle between role-playing and wanting to know things right now for me. Out of the swirling images, the bushy eyebrows of your new psychotherapist emerge, bouncing up and down as he talks.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
I'm terribly sorry I wandered off. Could you repeat that, please? He's so boring. You almost fell asleep. And you apologize to him? You're such a doormat. Despite your effort to act normal, it seems your therapist plans to keep you here for some time. Fantastic. As your consciousness keeps spinning around, the carousel of recent experiences turns into a cyclone of painful memories, repressed thoughts, and strange images. Desert. You find yourself walking through a desert. Your eyes are fixed on the guide in front of you, and your feet are trying to keep up with their steady pace. But the distance between you keeps growing, until the guide becomes merely a dot nearing the horizon, Once you finally admit you can no longer see them, your body collapses onto the cracked earth below. You surrender to the bittersweet feeling of hopelessness and decide this spot will be your grave and the sun your executioner. But it will be no swift act of mercy, no. You will be tortured and kept wishing for it all to just end. Cry! No one's looking anyway. You expected sweet relief, the only one possible for a tortured convict. Awaiting a death sentence! Oh, okay, I am a convict. They're trying to rehabilitate me. But now I just cried in the desert, making myself more dehydrated. But your dry eyelids betray you, and your cries are simply absorbed by the thick, cruel air surrounding you, forcing you to keep all of your anguish inside. Forever. Oh, my god. Attic. You're desperately searching for something in the dark. Dusty attic full of broken furniture and random clutter. You don't recall ever being here before, but you know it's the attic of your own house, and every piece of old junk that you stumble upon feels somehow familiar, although you cannot really recognize any of it. Open the chest covered in cobwebs. Inside the chest is a pile of old letters. You can't remember if they're yours, but you know they're not worth reading. Look below the moldy remnants of a sofa. You look underneath the sofa and only darkness meets your eye. You stretch out your arm reluctantly, but find only dust and dead insect shells. What about the pile of crumbling decades-old books? You carefully move the pile to the side and discover another pile of even older books hiding behind it. While moving the second pile, despite your care, some books simply turn to dust, only for a third pile to be revealed, of books so ancient you don't even dare to touch them. I give up. My house is breaking down, my books are breaking down. The figure of your angry father towers over you.
It's not up to you to decide anymore. Now what you've done.
He says, frowning at you in disappointment. You just want to get rid of me! Admit it! Flames ignite inside you. Spewing into a wildfire of defensive rage, your heartbeat accelerates. What did I do? Oh, my childhood memories of my father condemning me for my transgression, whatever I did. As a kid? How bad could it have been? Just stuff that I think about. Emancipate the cocooned memories. Why bring back old painful memories? Better to leave them hidden deep inside and forget about them, right? Or are you strong enough to confront them? But the thing about this sort of thing is, I don't think, like, can we just forget them because we want to? No, it's the kind of thing that we think about. Literally in the middle of the night. Yeah, not enough willpower. Don't worry, these are not real memories. What? And yet, they are echoes of my past. Wait, this is not real? More like random neural activity in your brain. Best forget about them. They didn't feel random at all. Could be, but are you strong enough to confront them? Nah. Rough night, even in my dreams. The sound of a car engine and screeching tires urges you to open your eyes, bringing you back to miserable reality once again. Your head's spinning, but your nostrils pick up a curious smell of dust and your throat is dry as a desert. Didn't get any sleep. Let's get some water. You probably would have slept— oh my— okay. The climbing kind of gets me. You should have been under the sheets, my guy. Do you want to get some water from the vending machine, or do you want to, like, just put your mouth to the tap here? Depending on where we are, that might not be a thing. Oh yeah, we can. We can. What about the slits of whatever, the dark patch? Okay. Let's see if we can— do we have any money? Maybe we can get some water from the vending machine. It's not too much to ask for, right? Clear, nice drinking water. What the heck?
God damn it!
You hear the man yell from inside his vehicle. Even through the tinted windshield, you can feel his frustration.
Come on, start, you piece of shit!
Who is that? We don't know who that is, right? Just a random dude. Hey! Judging by the careless driving you just witnessed, the man is either under the influence or another patient of Dr. Fink's. He's probably drunk. Good thing he's driving through a desert. That lowers the risk of him hurting anyone but himself. Maybe that's exactly what he's trying to do? None of my business. Yeah, let's go for a vending machine. Hopefully the lady isn't monopolizing it anymore. More importantly, I hope I have money. Is this being paid for, my stay here? Whoa, whoa, God. For a split second, the whole world was exploding, but it was just a thunderclap, the loudest one you ever witnessed. Does this motel even have a lightning rod installed? Next time it might hit me! That's a very real concern. We should go back in. My heart's pumping, but there's no use to this unwanted excess of adrenaline. So it keeps lingering, eating you from the inside out, while you stand alone and thirsty in the middle of the empty parking lot. Okay, we should stay under a roof. Whoa, we're like running around. Oh, we can run. Ice? Hopefully you won't have to melt ice in your mouth to quench your thirst. Truth be told, that's not a half bad idea. That's a terrible idea. Who knows how old that ice is? Plus, there's a vending machine just a couple of steps away. Oh man, I'm too paranoid to eat the ice. Dang it. Alright. Lady's gone. Put some change in the machine. You're met with great resistance. Something is stuck down there. Possibly another coin or chewing gum? Oh my god. Maybe. Check the label on the reddish button. Please don't say out of service. Drinking water for the people of Rue Valley. Free of charge, courtesy of Coral Destiny. Whoever that is. Try to... Oh, free water. Dang it, my coin. Press the button. Dang it, that was free. Free water for me. The almost frozen plastics feel slippery in your sweaty hand. You can't wait to drain it of the precious liquid. Coral Destiny. Wait, how come the water is for free? Think, man, think. You've allowed yourself to be seduced by the promise of that cool, fresh sip. Stop and ask yourself the important questions. Who benefits from free water? Why would anyone just give away something of value for nothing? Are they trying to get us addicted? But you and your whole species are already terminally addicted to water. But I gotta drink it. If I don't drink it, I'll die of dehydration either way. It's the end of the road. Drinks water theatrically. I'm not thirsty anymore. Is there a place where I can see my statuses? Well, good. Now what? Oh. Suddenly, the night sky turns blood red and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety washes over you. Hide. But you can't hide from the whole sky on fire, any better than you can hide from your own past. At least I don't have to face it. Close my eyes. Your eyelids connect and darkness greets you for a mere second, but as always, the carousel of suffering starts spinning immediately. How do I let go of it? That's easy. Simply let go of yourself. Nobody can stop being themselves.
I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you?
No, I was expecting an answer. But the receptionist disappears, and instead, the fiery sky begins burning its way through the darkness, cutting several straight, narrow slits in your closed eyelids. I want this to stop. Well then, keep craving, keep clinging, and keep suffering. I've got no choice. Just a random thunder strike, or whatever that was earlier, is just making me retreat back into all the problems I had with my life. And would you know it, it's 8 p.m. again.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Stop the carousel and focus on something else. Let's think about something sexy. But Dr. Fink only seems to become more real. At least we weren't thinking Dr. Fink was sexy. Yeah, sorry.
It's all right. I am aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now, and we'll surely be coming back to this condition of yours.
Hold on. Lack of motivation? That's the least of your worries while your mind is filled with this crushing, overwhelming sense of impeding... Wait, did you hear that? A muffled sound of metallic clanging from the outside diverts your frail attention. For some unknown reason, your heartbeat accelerates, and cold sweat appears in your armpits. Sounds a lot like what happened yesterday.
At all times, if possible.
Shh, just nod.
Good. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session length to exactly 1 hour. Hence the alarm. However, since this is your first session... Mr. Harrow, you're shaking. Are you feeling unwell?
Well, you endured the whole session stoically so far, but this one moment of anxiety, it could completely ruin your chances of being sent back home anytime soon. Try to act stable and well-adjusted. Wait, have you clued in on the fact that this seems to be the same day? He hasn't really acknowledged it yet. Oh god, I'm not stable! You open your mouth with the intention of convincing him that you're fine, but the stress is just too high to control, and it instantly overwhelms you, and you cry. Oh.
It's all right to let it out.
You recognize great compassion in his voice. Gradually, sob by sob, you calm down and your breathing slows down to its usual tempo.
There are tissues on the table if you need them.
Thanks. Well, he's a therapist, so he's seen it all.
Feeling a little better? May I ask, how is your sleep these days?
I haven't slept in months!
Is that so? Well then,
which is true.
If you happen to have trouble falling asleep tonight...
There's no reflection in his glasses. Behind them, a pair of bushy eyebrows.
He has a pill for me. A purple pill lying on his palm. Well,
Remember,
that sounds really dodgy.
What I'm giving you is a mild, non-prescription herbal hypnotic drug. Nothing more.
Okay.
Hopefully, it'll help you calm down and get some rest tonight. We'll continue tomorrow.
Now I have anxious apprehension and a total lack of motivation. Something's terribly wrong, perhaps everything, and it makes you feel tense and paralyzed at the same time. +2 calculated, +2 sensitive. I was already full-on sensitive. Oh my god.
All right then. Now, you only need to pick up the key card for your room, and I'll call the reception to make sure everything is in order.
Hold
Sounds
on.
good?
It's a repeat. My guy. Have you clued in? We haven't even gotten our key card yet. Why am I so agitated all of a sudden? You must have gotten lost in thought for a moment while the doctor was speaking. It couldn't have possibly happened more than a couple minutes ago, but it feels like an hour has passed since. And then the sound of that old alarm clock awakened you from a daydream you can't remember, and this overwhelming tsunami of dread appeared out of nowhere. Let's calm down, calm down. But it's hard because that woman is right there.
I'll break you open if I have to.
We can only get away from her. Do you mind? I would like to use the vending machine. Not coming any closer until the angry woman leaves.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
Ah, that was a clue already, that we couldn't, because there was gum or something stuck in the slot. She could have just gotten free water.
Yes. Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yes. Now turn right, and then immediately take a slight left. Hold on, I've got someone on another line.
Oh, that's different.
Hello, reception. What can I do for you, Dr. Fink? Okay. Yes, he's here. Of course, no problem.
In an instant, the realization dawns on you. Because of your crying outburst at the end of the session, Dr. Fink must have just warned the receptionist of your condition. Avert your eyes. We can smile at her like a maniac. Maybe she'll get scared. She smiles back. No, but this is the kind of thing where you think the world is out to get you. We think that's what he's doing, but he's probably doing something normal like, hey man, I have a patient coming. Could you make sure he gets his key card? Maybe he was being really nice about it, but I'm so paranoid. I think they are looking down on me at every turn.
Hey, listen. I have to go now, so let's... I know. We'll have to manage without it today. I know. Sorry. Bye. Hello, Mr. Harrow. How are you? Are you ready to check in? Everything is in perfect order. Don't you worry a bit about anything.
Sorry.
Apology accepted. Okay,
for what?
Let's get you into your room.
I said sorry, you really accepted? I didn't do anything wrong. But I'm guilt-ridden.
So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. Everything is prepared for you, and this is your keycard.
Thank you. Oh boy, here we go again.
I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you? Well, we've decided to modernize for a number of reasons. You must be very tired. Perhaps I'll tell you about it some other time. It's a really interesting story.
I'm looking forward to hearing about it sometime.
Here, I'll just need your signature.
I have to read it. It's just in my nature.
Oh, are you a lawyer, perhaps?
Why do you ask?
Just that, you know, people usually simply sign it without reading. It's probably the same in every motel. I bet my uncle copied it from a template he found online or something.
Yeah, but you should know. Like, before you know it, if you don't read this kind of thing, you might be signing away your firstborn. Not that I feel like it would have any legal standing, but why take the risk? And I think this sort of thing is a really good way to tell if someone is detail-oriented. Like, I've read contracts, you know, if you do stuff like bungee jumping or whatever, they might make you sign a contract beforehand. If I got a contract for bungee jumping and it was full of errors and typos, I would not go there, okay? Like, that just tells me that these people don't know what they're doing. And that's worrying, especially if you're putting your life on the line. I prefer to know what I'm signing, thank you very much. You read the whole document, but nothing bad. We'll sign it.
Thank you for your trust, sir. I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
Bye. Okay, so I mean things have been alright, but why are they looping? The relentless dirt has smudged and stained the glass. Oh, maybe it's like I've had a really crappy life up until now, but and then that spark in the sky is giving me a chance to redo my life. But it's only just for this day though, so are you like taking 5 steps? He's like leaping. Is he going up 2 steps at a time? Yeah, maybe it's a way for me to redo my interactions and not piss people off and all that, although so far it's been pretty similar. I've said different things slightly, but how different can they really be? Why am I afraid of unpacking? Okay, the one big difference is that we're even worse than last time. We have deep inner turmoil. Can I unpack successfully today? They're gonna keep me here forever, aren't they? Let me unpack. Yes! Perhaps I could leave. I can't even try anymore. Perhaps I could relax a bit in the armchair instead. Well, that's different. Soon as your buttocks touch the frayed armchair seat, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you didn't need has drained you both physically and mentally. You just want to sleep. Oh, I don't... Wait, because I haven't opened my suitcase or I haven't moved it off, I can't even sleep in the bed today. Oh my god. Stare at your suitcase. What a pitiful, inert object, full of my stuff. Equally pitiful, equally inert. Might as well be empty, but it's not. I can't have the purple pill because I'm paranoid. Oh no! Just close your eyes and hope to sleep. For a precious moment, there's only darkness, but images start flashing. I forgot to check the purple pill. It's the ulterior motives. I mean, whatever agency.
Hello, sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
It's me.
Well, Mr. Harrow, I am so pleased to have finally reached you. My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
The ulterior has 2 dots on it, on the U. Who gave you this number?
Well, Mr. Harrow, to be honest, I don't even have your number. It was randomly selected by the computer. The privacy of our potential clients is among our core values here at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy, I can assure you. Now, if my information is correct, you have recently been unjustly forced to participate in a treatment which, in our opinion, may have consequences not aligned with your best interests.
Are you referring to my psychotherapy here in Rue Valley? I have to tell him now.
Mr. Harrow, let me be frank with you. I have no idea where this true valley of yours is, but we will work together to put an end to this undue response to your, well, unique situation.
Wow, sounds like you really care about me.
I mean, we have only known each other for a couple of minutes, and I can already see what a strong-willed individual you are. You know what you want, and nothing will stop you from getting it. So, I presume you're ready for the next step in our cooperation.
Well, do I have to decide right now? This is all happening so suddenly.
I completely understand what you're trying to say, Mr. Harrow. To make things easier for you, I'll simply write down your general consent here and forward your case to my colleagues in our paralegal department. They'll contact you shortly.
I do not consent.
Well, Mr. Harrow, it was a colossal pleasure talking with you. Tschüss.
Well, I got roped into it this time. Whatever this is. Oh, whatever. Sleep on the chair, that's so sad. Okay, we have different things now, and we don't have the previous stuff is gone. Or it's still here, but I can't click on it. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah. Judging by the careless driving you just witnessed, the man we saw last night, who is probably drunk. When did this happen? This evening, but later. Yes. Yes, my guy, have you realized something is very wrong about what we're experiencing? Suddenly, the night sky turns blood red, and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety engulfs you, and I hide. But you can't hide. Then suddenly, everything happened again. Everything again, but nothing after. He's in such a daze, he hasn't realized that things are very strange. There was thunder. Does this motel even have a lightning rod installed? Next time it might hit me! Yeah. But while you're already thinking about the next strike, your heart is still racing from the first one. The meaning of what you've just experienced is still hard to grasp. Is this some weird deja vu? The memory seems so real, and yet these things clearly never happened. Oh, then the stuff about my dad hitting me or shooing me away, was that in the past? Have you actually gone completely mad, and they were right to send you to Dr. Fink? But what if the careless driver really does show up? What if lightning actually strikes the motel, and the night sky turns red? Memory or fantasy? How could you remember something that is yet to happen? Then again, why would you imagine events so specific? Don't have enough willpower, though. You want to get up and find out if these strange memories will play out in reality, or if it is all but the fever dream of a lunatic. Yet, you can't. It's too much. All you really want to do is forget you're even here, having these weird visions. To forget about being here, to forget about the incident. I'm on death row. Can you... What kind of crimes would put you on death row? Murder. We just stay in our armchair forever. Can I get up? No, we just stay here forever. Close my eyes again. I can't take the pill. Do you want me to mess with my phone? Yeah, scroll through my feed. Endless crap. I close my eyes again. You can't seem to calm down until at last you open your eyes again. Well, back to the phone again then. Play a quick match of hyper-casual protagonists while you wait for sleep to come. Hyper-casual protagonists. Tiny bow tie wearing antagonists in this game. It's unsettling though. Not relaxing. It's not your fault. You're simply too nervous to play a stressful game like this right now. After some time, your focus fades away and you put the phone down. Well, there's only one thing we can do. Take the purple pill. Swallowing a pill without any water is not a pleasant task, true. But getting up only to get some water definitely feels like too much of an effort. Just raw dog it. Using saliva as a lubricant, you help the purple capsule find its way to your stomach. Well, we'll just sleep. Hope it works. Let's try to be a little normal. No pressure. Hey, I'm not anxious anymore. If I pick a paranoid option, does it feed more into my paranoia? Sometimes I can't do anything else though. I have to feed into it. Was it the purple pill? It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Like a leaf on the wind, you're tossed this way and that. In my dreams? Hey, but at least the calculation stuff, does it stack? How much did I have earlier? I think I had 2 to begin with. Oh. But what is this? A tiny spark of light seems to have taken root deep inside you. It must have broken away from that mighty forked bolt of the brightest lightning you ever saw earlier. A spark still without shape, still without purpose, but full of potential. Oh god! I'm not asleep anymore. Oh, but I'm okay now. I'm semi-normal. I gained willpower. Sometimes all it takes is a spark. Oh. Oh. The same things are happening, but I'm not outside right now. Can I check out my brain? Anything new here? Oh, if I have willpower, it means I can determine if this is memory or fantasy. Intention acquired. You have to find out if the careless driver showed up again. You must know if the sky will really be set ablaze. You need to see if everything will happen again. And if it does, you need to remember. But the lightning struck after we saw the driver last time, so he might be gone already. The rain has slackened off, and you see nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing you could put your finger on. If the careless driver visited the motel, he surely left already while you were sleeping. I should have gone up earlier. There. It's not your fault. You were incapacitated. But we can check out the strange sky again. Well, even the pole is moving. This is pretty windy then. Memory begins unfolding in your mind again. He enters the car, starts the engine, and then he hits the transformer while driving in reverse, smashing his rear light before driving away in a cloud of smoke. If this really happened, you may be able to find some evidence down there. Or we can just wait again and see if the orange sky comes back. At which point, well, maybe we'll get teleported back again, huh? Hey, he's walking normally! I'm so proud of you! Good job. As you come closer to the transformer, you immediately notice a couple of red plastic shards. Shards? There are several small ones scattered all around, translucent triangles and rhomboids. The largest of them is lying right next to the transformer, shiny and wet, boldly staring at you from the dirty asphalt. Look at the biggest one. The shard is obviously part of a broken tail light. That means he's been here already. There's no other option. Is this all a hoax? Am I being set up? Could be. Who knows what their intentions may be? Are you thirsty? Oh boy. Intention completed, everything happened again. And then before you can wrap your head around all this, the skies are once again set ablaze, exactly as you remembered, only confusing you even further. What will happen now? Will you find yourself back at Dr. Fink's office in a moment? Will you remember anything? Or was this a one-time thing, and the evening will now continue as if nothing happened? Befuddled, you cast your gaze on your wristwatch. It's 8:47 p.m. Well, I barely slept. So in the second loop, I came back here but I didn't really remember it until the end of the day. Will I remember more this time?
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Just nod.
Mr. Harrow, I am aware of a slight lack of motivation you may be experiencing right now.
No, I'm fully motivated. Lack of motivation? But you are motivated. You just need to remember. To remember? Yes, there's something very important. Not again, not again. Oh, the memories start coming back. The receptionist, the lady, the thunder, the mysterious driver, and finally that of yourself, standing in front of the transformer under the fiery sky, hoping you won't forget everything again. Can immediately go to this part. What does this mean, though? Hold to wrap up. I gotta hold here. As you struggle to put the memories in the correct order, your mental fog dissipates and two simple words form on your lips. Time loop. That's the only conclusion I've come to. Seems like you're trapped in some sort of time loop where the same 47 minutes repeat over and over.
Time loop?
Oh, yes?
I don't think I follow, Mr. Harrow. Would you care to elaborate?
No. I don't think I will. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Okay. So we just end off here with us, Eugene, just discovering, just realizing what kind of a situation he's in. But is all of this really happening? Because, you know, we know he's got a lot going on in his life right now, not feeling too motivated, a bit sensitive and all that. So maybe he's not the most reliable of narrators to begin with. Doesn't seem like there's any grand happening that's triggering that time loop. It's not like someone got murdered and we're going back in time to try to save them. Nothing like that. But, there have been changes. There have been small changes throughout, and people react to me differently, depending on how I act to them. The therapist the second time around, because I cried, so he was a bit more compassionate towards me, which led to him calling the receptionist and all. Unfortunately, I was such a shut-in that I couldn't talk to that vending machine lady, but maybe something would have changed there as well. Huh. Interesting so far, but it's definitely a more like a reading-heavy sort of game. I'm not fully sure, but I feel like they probably have intention to fully voice act it. Some of the people speaking definitely was fully voice acted, but the thinking, some of the lines were voice acted, maybe because it's only an alpha right now. Another thing I would personally like to see for accessibility is bigger text. The text is a little bit small right now. I can read it because I have a pretty big monitor, but I feel like if you're like watching this on a phone or something, probably would be pretty difficult. I enjoyed the mood of this though. It's pretty moody. There are some mysteries about Eugene that we don't know yet, like why am I sent here? Why am I going to therapy? Something about being a convict. Yeah, which makes me feel like this is all more of like internal thing. Like, am I trying to process all these emotions and feelings within me, the guilt and the paranoia and all that? I assume if you come at this with different personality traits, then maybe different things would be happening here. Like, at least we could talk to the vending machine woman or something. Again, this is an alpha right now. If you're interested to try it out yourself, then definitely check out the link in the description below. No hard release dates yet, but it will be available on Steam. What did you think? Feel free to let me know in the comments below, and with that said, this was Welonz with a first look of Rue Valley. Hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed playing it, and I will see you all in another place in another time. Bye!